Hey guys, it's Claire with Everywhere with Claire. I'm just doing a van tour for my van that's officially for sale. It's a 2020 Ford Transit. It's the 350, so it has the extra payload. It also has the tow package on it. It has a V6 engine, and I have all the paperwork for it, although it's really just been routine oil changes because it's just got 21,000 miles on it, which means it's still under warranty. You can see in the front I've got both of these seats are on swivels. It's great at extending the living space over here. And above that is a pretty large headliner shelf. The shelf, gosh, I have a sleeping bag, camping gear, extra blankets. It holds quite a bit. Underneath it, there's even more storage. I've got these bungees up here to hold my window covers, and then plenty of storage for sunglasses and winter gear and anything you really want to put up there. The Transits also come with a ton of cup holders. So I find that I usually just have an abundance of water on drive days. The couch back here is a 60-inch couch. It actually folds out into a guest bed. So both of these slide out. And then the cushion on the back drops down to make slightly wider than a twin bed. But because it is 60 inches, it will fit a child, but an adult will probably want to have the front driver's seat swiveled around like it is, so their feet can extend. This lagoon table here is also great. Makes it easy to work from just about anywhere you want to up here. Play games, have a game night. Under the bench, there's a ton of storage. It's open so you can even fit like longer things in there. My yoga mat, vacuum cleaner, hiking poles, tons of stuff in there. Above the couch, there are reading lights here. Just good if you're just trying to have a low-key night. You don't need all the lights on. And a quick pull curtain, as well as I've got these vented windows. There's 3 of them that were installed. They're great because they can be open when it's raining. They're also good at mitigating security issues because no one will be able to fit through there. And aside from this one here behind the driver's seat, there's also one in the slider door and one back here. They create a really good amount of airflow. Above the couch, I have one of these 12-volt fans up here. There's another one by the bed. These are amazing. They pull almost no electricity and they throw some serious air. They can have 3 different settings and a timer. There's plenty of open storage, a 110 outlet up here for charging your computer while you're working. In the roof, there's an air conditioner unit. This runs on 110, so the inverter has to be on in order to run it, but it's fantastic at cooling down the van. These are cedar plank. Also on the roof, there is a custom 80/20 roof rack that has exterior 12-volt lights. The lights are actually controlled on this panel over here. So the front 2, the driver's side, the back, and the passenger side. These throw some serious light if you're coming into camp late at night. You need to be able to see where you're parking. Additionally, there's 400 watts of solar panels on the roof that feed into 400 amp hours of lithium batteries stored in the back under the bed. In the kitchen here, there's a 6-foot countertop, so you have plenty of space to work. I opted not to install a permanent oven. Instead, I have plenty of storage space. I use this toaster oven over here, and I also have a single burner camp stove. What I love about that is I can set it up in here, or if it's a nice day and I'm at camp, I can go outside and cook outside. It's very versatile. On the end, I have plenty of shoe storage, dog leash, sunscreen, all the kinds of things you'd want to grab quickly on your way out. The bottom here is actually not a drawer, it's just plenty of bulky storage. Got my bear can, my first aid kit, things to grab quickly and easily. This is all my dinnerware, cookware, everything you could need. This piece actually slides out and there's more storage underneath it. And then a pretty deep junk drawer, miscellaneous drawer. Slightly attempted at organizing it. This is a pantry drawer. It's great for oils, wines, cans, the bigger stuff that don't necessarily fit in the overhead storage, which is up here. More food, as well as these spice racks kind of hold other knickknacks and groceries. This paper towel holder is actually ratcheting, so it does not unroll while you're driving. The 3 lights are zoned, so the living area has a switch. Above the kitchen prep area, these 2 are on a switch. And then the last 4 above the bed are on a switch. The front living area is actually set on a dimmer, as is the back. The back is on a 3-way, so you can turn it off from the bed, which is also where the dimmer switch is. There's also plenty of 12-volt charging here. The remote for the air conditioning unit, as well as the remote for the Max Air Fan Deluxe in the back. This thing is fantastic. It has a thermostat, so you can set it for what temperature you want it to turn on or off at, and it tells you what temperature it is inside. This is great. You can let it run at night, and then when the temperature drops, it'll automatically turn itself off. Same for in the morning. When it starts to get warm, it comes back on. It's nice to be able to adjust it from anywhere and not have to climb up there to hit the controls either. What else? Oh, I also have an antenna on the roof. So it's a Parsec antenna, and then this is a peplink router. If you've been looking at Starlink, this is pretty much just as good. It runs on a Verizon cell network. So what I like about this is you don't have to set it up. It's on constantly. So my Simply Safe security system taps into it, and it is always on. I don't have to wait till I get to camp to pull the Starlink out. It also works much better than a cell booster. I feel like I'm not technical enough to get into all the details here, but the Verizon network runs on different bands. This can pick up multiple bands and combine them all together and make a stronger signal, whereas the WeBoost, for example, just amplifies the existing band and doesn't actually give you stronger bands pulled together. The kitchen also has an isotherm refrigerator. I love this refrigerator. It has a ice box that actually keeps things frozen. It's really versatile. The shelf moves around, and it even has this trap door, which I can't open right now, but will create a pass-through, so you can put like a bottle of wine or something that you need that's taller to stand up without rolling around while you drive. And the door has these tabs in it that are adjustable, so you can move them and really like optimize and keep your things upright. It's just really well made. It runs on 12 volts, but it can be taken out and plugged into regular household 110 as well. Underneath that is another drawer, which I just use for clothes. It's a pretty good deep drawer. The sink is a Rivati workstation, so it's really deep. You can put a lot of dishes in there, and it comes with this cover, which I'm pretty sure is intended just to make more workspace. I really use it to cover my dirty dishes. The faucet has a spray hose, and there's also a separate line for filtered drinking water to cook with. You can replace the filter. It's underneath the sink. Over here, these are all the 4 exterior lights. They run on 12 volts. And then this is the control for the pump. So I usually have it on. However, if I run low on water and I don't want the pump to be cycling constantly, I'll just flip it off. And then this is the inverter switch. So this turns the inverter on, which will activate the 110 outlets. The air conditioner can also run as long as this is on. And the hot water tank is plumbed to this this switch. So you can see when it's on, the light is on. I found this idea online and I loved it because I can never go to bed and forget to turn this off, because the light will remind me that it's running and sucking up energy that it doesn't need to. And the hot water tank is one of those things where once you've turned it on, it stays warm for 24 hours-ish. so it's nice and insulated. The hot water tank is back here underneath the bed, as are the batteries and the inverter on this side over here. Above the sink, as a bunch of storage for all my toiletries, but another control panel. So the toilet fan, it's a composting toilet, runs on this switch. And then I have two solenoid valves, one for the sink gray tank and one for the shower gray tank, which has actually been disconnected. So those aren't totally hooked up right now. And then the other thing is I've pre-wired for tank heaters. So the tank, the water tank, is underslung. It's outside the vehicle, so I wired for tank heaters but haven't installed them. That'd be a really easy addition. The bed is a queen bed. It's 60 inches this way and 75 inches, 76 inches this way. It has lots of clothing storage above it. This is that other 12-volt fan I love. I sleep with it on and it's perfect white noise. You can sleep through everything, but it's not too loud. There are these gooseneck reading lights, which are adjustable. And they even come with a red light mode for late at night. And they have a USB on them so you can charge as well. Some more storage above here. And this is probably one of my favorite things. These are the clotheslines you find in hotels. And it runs all the way over to that connector piece there. So you can have your clothesline running across the back of the bed and drying any damp clothes that don't go in the dryer, or a towel from the beach. And then there's also additional storage back here next to the bed and more charging. These are nice because they don't fall out when you drive. The bed is a dinette bed conversion. However, I literally never use that. So I made these drawers to go underneath. They are very easily removed if you would prefer to have the dinette ability. They just slide right out. The other thing I loved about this build are drawers in the toe kick to make extra use of all of the unused storage underneath here. So there's one here and another one here. This is also not a drawer, it's just cleaning supplies and things like that. The plumbing runs down through here, so drawer wasn't possible. And then a ton of extra space underneath the sink. The bathroom has a full shower. There is this rod that pulls out and extends to make a nice wide shower when you need it, but when you don't, it just tucks right back in. There's hot water in the shower, and then there's an airhead composting toilet. I also have a hook here. I just put my toiletries in my laundry bag. And then this guy pulls all the way out and has a ton of extra storage for hanging clothes. And I have a little mirror hidden back there. All of the cabinets are made with Baltic birch plywood, as is the floor. The subfloor is Baltic birch. That is the strongest type of plywood on the market. And then on top of it is just a single sheet of linoleum vinyl. I chose to do this because it's waterproof, because it is one seamless piece. All the cabinets are painted with Vanilla Milkshake, I believe, by Benjamin Moore. And just about everything in here is on 12 volts, if that was an option. Otherwise 120 or 110. I'll show you the back. So from the back here, you can see the water fill line and then also the gauge to tell you how much water is left in the tank, and an outdoor shower. There's also these two really large drawers that pull out and have so much extra storage. They're also on 500-pound drawer slides, so you can get away with putting some weight on them if you needed to. There's also a switch that I installed but never wired to anything, and more USB chargers. These work. These are not. These 120s are not wired yet. And honestly, I have never actually wanted to use them, so. And then this is all the space behind the drawers. I've got like my awning, my backpack, my telescoping ladder, some camp chairs, a whole bunch of stuff back there. So this van is for sale. I'm currently in Colorado heading west. So if you're in the area and you want to see it in person, let me know. I'd love to show you. Otherwise, I can do a private tour on Facebook video, FaceTime, Instagram video, all sorts of ideas. Thanks for your time.